Well, hi, everybody. She's back. Um, if you've never seen my channel, my name's Lynn, and I do tarot card readings for a long, long time. I hate to always talk about how old I am, but since I was in my 20s, and I'm whatever. So I want to thank everybody that follows this channel. I want to thank everybody that's been sending me text messages and even some deals on the channel asking if I'm okay, because it's been a couple weeks since I put a video out. I'm fine. It's just that every time I get all kinds of notes, and I do take notes constantly, then things change so quick, or something comes up, or I did have family here for a while, so that was part of it. But I just want to thank everybody that watches my channel. And remember, if you want a personal reading, just contact me at lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And I've got openings. I went through and checked my email, and I think if I missed you and you emailed me and I didn't get back, I probably erased it, because I think I think I have it all evened out and I've caught everybody. And I don't book that far ahead of time because I do my own booking and stuff. So anyway, and I'm always busy, usually reading for people I've already read for. So that makes a difference too. So anyway, I don't know if we're ever going to get out of this shit show. I am so disgusted about the news media and the way they backed that up. The way they talked about Trump's rally or whatever in the fuck that was. Excuse my French. It wasn't a political rally. It was a straight fascist rally, as far as I could tell. There's nothing about law and order. Putin and cheese should be is better than the Democrats, and Trump's our savior. Now they're calling him a fucking savior. Excuse me. I wasn't going to talk like that. It pisses me off. I'm sorry about that, but it does. I am just so upset about not so much what's going on, but how the news media is trying to balance it out and pretending there's an equivalency. There is no equivalency. And the reason that Marjorie Taylor Greene and all of them are going to visit the prisoners in jail is because they are terrified that they're going to go to jail. They know the writing's on the wall, and they know if Trump goes down, they go down. They know more what's going on than we know, or they're letting out, or whatever. But there's a lot going on, and it goes a hell of a lot deeper than just Trump, and it's going to include a big roundup of all of them. That's how I feel. That's why they're fighting this. This is why they, no matter how ridiculous they have to be, or how stupid anybody would have to be to follow these idiots, they're going down that hole. And there just can't be that many Americans out there that aren't paying any more attention to what's going on than what's going on. But every time you think, oh, well, he's out of office, and between you and me, I don't think he could ever get reelected to office, but you think, well, I can take a deep breath because he's not doing any harm. He's being more harmful now than he was when he was the president, because he's running for his life and he knows it. And so, I don't know. I've got so many things to read on, and I wanted to talk a little bit, but I probably shouldn't have started out like that. I'll be lucky if that gets through on the video. Well, I think the least they could do is just demonetize me, and if they did that, that would be okay with me. I just feel like today I just have to say what I have to say. I was watching Johnny and Becca and Jen Lynn last night. They always give me a laugh and always make me feel lighter about things. I love their show. I watch it every Sunday night. And a lot of times I write down questions and stuff for me. But one of the things that I don't know if they read on it or were talking about reading. Yeah, they did read on it, because I remember I'm sitting here hollering at the TV trying to tell them where this came from. And then Becca comes through with her beautiful, I know what it's called, what's the card she does. I'm having a blank. But she comes through with hers and says, oh, this started years ago, and it started with the Republicans. And that's what I was yelling about. So they were talking about passing a law where they could actually put gay people to death in Uganda. But do you know where that started? It started with the family, Charlie Kirk, and sending missionaries over there 20, 25 years ago to whoever leader that was. I don't remember if it was Hula or what. I remember studying anyway at the time. They sent those missionaries over there and pushed that idea to them so much that they had almost declared it a death penalty then, and then they had backed off because everybody had had a fit about it. But now here 20 years later, all that shit's paying off for them. And so it's just, it's absolutely horrible. And if anybody thinks that this isn't a 911 thing for people to get involved in politics, they're crazy. Politics is a sport we all have to participate in. It's not a sideline sport. So everybody, I know a lot of people follow me are almost as old as me, but anybody that can do anything, volunteer, do phone calls, help people with information, anything you can do, it needs to be done. And just putting Trump in jail isn't going to end this. It's because they've got that heavy stone rolling downhill already, and they're not pushing it uphill anymore. They're running it downhill. And to stop it, to stop him is one way to put a stop on it. They'll try to turn it all around, but that's not going to make any difference because they got him. I feel in my heart and my soul that they got him. I keep hearing the T word, but other readers seem to think, no, that it'd just be for sedition. But whatever it is, they've got enough stuff on him. And then that the witness they had today for to go in and talk to Bragg was that David Pecker. And, you know, he ran the National Enquirer. He was the one that used to grab and bury all the, pay off all, you know, for Donald Trump, pay off all the stories before they hit the mail. I can't remember what they called it. They had a little cute name for it, grab and bag or something. But anyway, I think he was I think they brought him back in there because even Bragg's going deeper than people think they are. A lot of people keep going on and on and on, talking about, you know, how this case isn't going to be nothing. Well, it's not going to be any great big thing. I mean, they're not going to put him in jail for treason or something over it, but it'd be big enough to where it's going to shock people. They've got him on more counts or more stuff than people think they have, and I think we're all going to be amazed, and at least it'll get the ball frickin' rolling. And so I'm sorry if I sound so angry. I'm not angry. I'm just frustrated, and I know all you are too. And things are going to get better. Things are going to get better, but I just don't want my great-grandkids and grandkids to grow up in a fascist society, and that's what's going to happen unless somebody starts. I don't know what's going on with the news media. I don't know if they just told them all to put blinders on, and this is all of them. It's not just Fox. It is not just Fox. If it was just Fox, and OAN and all those assholes, you know, even one of the news medias, the one that goes into everybody's house, who's that? that small news media that bought up all those local channels. But they carry CBS and NBC. And whatever people see on their local channels, they think it's real. And they were telling people there was over 10,000 people in Texas. They did the over-the-head count as much as they could. And the most they could come up with, and that was counting high, was 2,700 people. And he didn't want to spend the money to go inside, and he also didn't want, in case there didn't fill up, he didn't want the embarrassment of not filling up the deal there. So that's what was going on with that. And that was the biggest farce I wasn't going to watch it, and I didn't watch it, and now just from watching Midas Touch and watching people that are explaining everything else that's going on, I've seen enough of it to know that I've never been able to throw up, or I'd have been skinny all my life. But if I could, I'd have just went in the bathroom and threw up, whether I needed to or not. That's how bad it was. So I'm going to quit bitching. I'm going to have to call this a rant, I guess. I didn't plan on it being a rant, but I want to thank you all. Anybody that's been following me, anybody that's subscribed, anybody that's been watching, I want to thank you. And there's nothing like an 80-year-old woman that appreciates thinking somebody's interested in anything she has to say. That's the funniest part of it. But anyway, I just love you all, and I want to thank you for your support. And please, send me questions. And speaking of questions, the one I'm going to start with tonight is it's a question I've had so many of my viewers ask about, and I thought it was so ridiculous that I thought I can't even read cards on that, because that's so simple and in your face, and I'm sure somebody checked that out or whatever. But I love Sterling. In fact, I want to give him a salute. He is so down to earth, so so level-headed, and is connected in to me. I can't believe how well he's connected in to the other side. It just blows my mind. And I've worked with this stuff for years. And when I was watching him yesterday, and to our sadness, he said there was going to be another school shooting, but I didn't think it was going to be within 24 hours. It's sad. But something else he was asked that caught my attention, and I sit here and talk to the other readers when they're reading sometimes, if I agree or disagree or whatever. And when somebody asked him that question, if Melania Trump was an asset to the Kremlin, and he just said yes. He didn't hesitate. He didn't. He just kind of looked over at his guides and said yes, and just nonchalantly went on. So I've had more people want me to read on that, and I never did it, and I want to apologize to them for not doing it. Because I shouldn't be such a know-it-all. My cup's half empty, and I need to remember that. And anyway, I'm just telling you all I appreciate you, and I will pay more attention to your questions. And I just love you all, and thank you for following me if you're still watching this. God. If it wasn't so upside down world, I wouldn't believe it. Not that you're watching me, but what's going on in our politics, it just blows me away. So, and another thing I want to mention so quick about those, all those assholes going to visit those people in jail and all the shit they're pulling about how they're political prisoners. You know why they're doing it. Because once they arrest Trump and do their roundup, they're all going to get caught up in that roundup. And they know if they get Trump, they're coming after them. A lot of people don't think they are, but that's one thing even before I draw a card, I'll say that again for sure. I know once they come down on Trump, and they start rounding people up, people in the House and some people in the Senate are going to get caught up in that too. And that's why they're trying to act like the insurrection wasn't an insurrection, and these people are political prisoners and all the kind of effing bullshit they're putting out. But anyway, I should put a language warning on the first of this, but I don't want to draw the attention. I got to be careful. I might cut some of my words out when when I edit this. But I don't really want to. I just want to just am what I am. But anyway, look, I'm going to do, I don't even usually use these other cards, but I'm being told to use these other cards to read on Melania. They're kind of more, I don't know, my other card's been working great for me. I might be upset with myself for using them, but I'm going to use the Golden Tarot for reading on Melanians. Seeing if anything, I'm going to pull cards on her and just see what's going on and see if anything Russia comes up in there. I'm not going to just ask yes or no. I'm going to go into it and see. There's a couple of different cards I would be looking for, and I want to see if they might be in there. And so anyway, I hope I got enough light in here. It looks really dark in here, but when I look at the screen, it's got me lit all right. And so if you can see me, well, I'll sit here in the dark and do the rest of this. Oh, Lord. So let's see. Melania Trump, are you a Russian asset? What they ask is if she was put in there by the Kremlin, and he said yes. That's what Sterling said. And I really respect his readings. I don't miss them for nothing. I don't, like any psychic, I don't think that everything that comes through to him is gospel or anything like that. But I do feel like he's very enlightened and really knows how to interact with his guides. I'd give anything if I knew how to interact with my guides as well as he does. So, and you have to be ready to take it on too, because my guides used to let me know everything bad going on all the time, even not all over the world sometimes, and there was going to be earthquakes and stuff years ago, and I just didn't want to, I was pushed away from it. So obviously he hasn't pushed away from that most of his younger life. So these cards are kind of cold because I never use them, but I should have probably went ahead and used my blue ones because they really work for me political. But since we're going for Melania, and is she an asset to Putin? And this is for entertainment only, YouTube. Everything out of my mouth is for entertainment only. And I should make another little video when I get through with this and say it and put it on the front of this other one before I even start this. Okay, I don't want to sit here and shuffle these cards forever, although I cut that out sometimes. A lot of times when I edit, I take a lot of my shuffling out because I'm not always ready as quick as it looks like, believe it or not, even on there. And a lot of times those videos are long, so I cut a lot of it out. So this is for Melania Trump. Okay, I can feel the energy coming through now. It just takes a while for I call it a warm-up or something, for the energy to transfer. Come on, higher self. Just anything that we might want to know, need to know, that might make us feel better, or even something we need to learn for our highest good for our attitude, looking forward or looking around or behind. So, let's go through here and see what's going on. I want to, say hi to Henry. I haven't heard from you lately. I thought about calling you today. But I was real busy. I've been moving furniture and getting stuff moved around for, my daughter's going to come and visit, and I wanted everything like like I like it when she gets here. So, let's see. Melania Trump, what's going on with you? Whew. I don't know. We got somebody either trying to make a deal or refusing a deal here. Somebody turning down an offer. Is this an offer that her husband's making her, where if he runs and makes presidency, she has to stay with him? Or I don't know. Some kind of offer is in the signifier. Could have been an offer that she came over here to do what she's doing. Ooh, I like this. This is not only a yes card. We got the world underneath it. But it's showing, since what I'm asking, it shows a world stage. So there very, very well could be a lot of stuff coming through there. So, to another main arcana, and you've seen how much I shuffle those cards. So if she is an asset, it's buried really, really deep. But this would be the world, the Hierophant, not the Hierophant, the Hermit, excuse me, secrets, something that people's been digging out, and here we come again. We got the Hanged Man here, and I feel like I was being told as soon as I pulled it that this is no secret within our government. They just thought that they could, I don't know what they thought. I don't know what any of them thought. I can't even go there. But it's not a secret. Somebody's known this and put it on hold or didn't investigate it. Something's been going on for years. We got the King of Cups on top. I'm not going to say she is on this, but I'm going to say if she is, our government knows everything, knows and has known for a long time. So why they haven't been writing her phone calls and everything else is probably because they were afraid to because of the politics. I don't know. But this is our government, knows about it. And they didn't know totally about it before, they do now. So we got the King of Cups on the top. She's gotten away with this for a long time. If she is, I'm still not. Remember, this is fun and entertainment only, but she's felt like she's a winner, and nothing can touch her, and they won't even come close to her no matter what. And maybe that's so. If he's already sold all the secrets, and they're not going to give him any more, if he doesn't get any more prestige or anything where he can get a hold of anything, they've already transferred them all or sent them off or sold them or whatever anyway, so maybe it wouldn't do any good to bring her down from her high horse. But this is her on her high horse. I know that was another thing that made me want to go throw up, him referring to her as the First Lady during that rally. Those people are badass crazy. We got the Yes card. We got the Ace of Cups in the 7th house. That's herself and what's going on inside of her. And it's right next to the Page of Cups that was her, as a signifier in this. So I'm wondering if I don't know. Maybe not face to face, but there's some talk or something going on about this. Something's being done about it. Something's been put on hold. Something's been said, well, whatever this is, we're going to put this on the back burner till everything else comes forward. Lies, deceit, and money. Is the energy around her always trying to look so innocent? So, was she sent over here from the get-go to get into politics and money? I don't know. There's a lot of, this is no good. This is the energy around her. She's not a good person. She's been on the take all of her life, but she was set up for something. And she is worried about being taken down. I didn't think she had a worry in the world. But this is in her hopes and fears. Or maybe it's our hopes and fears. No, it's her. I'm reading on her. But this is this is the Ten of Swords. I hate if this card comes up in the hopes and fears or anywhere around anybody in my family, I panic. I hate that card. But look, these are my political cards, so it's not. She's worried about her future. On some level, she's not as cool and as cold as she comes across. And right now, should almost do anything. So that goes back to that first card, which I thought might be her talking to somebody. She'd do anything to save her youngest son, to save him embarrassment, to save him in anything he might have to go through in life. So if she's even close to be thinking that she might be found out working for Russia instead of the United States, I think that she would do about anything to get that all dropped, to put under the table, buried. I don't know how she could go into a witness protection program, but there's something. She'd do anything to save Barron. So that's what's going on there. And she's always felt fairly safe because she thought she could, baffle him with bullshit. She thought that between her and Donald Trump, they could keep enough stuff going that they'd never have to really come clean. But here's Michael right on top of him. So let's see. We got this. This is either an offer she's making or somebody's making to her. We got the World card over the top. Her world, as she knows it, is ending, and there's a new one starting. This is the influence and the obstacle over what's going forward with her. Because they've done some deep research, and it's been put on hold. And the Biden administration knows about it. And she still thinks she's on the winning team and nobody can touch her on some levels. But we got the Ace of Cups. She thinks she's got an ace in the hole. She thinks she's got something to bargain with. If push comes to shove and everything goes to total chaos in her life, she thinks she's got a bargaining chip. And it is to do with espionage. And she's not sure how much that can help her. She's still worried, but she's going to want to protect Barron at all costs, which I didn't even think she liked the kid, between me and you. I shouldn't say that. That's a terrible thing to say. I'll have to cut that out of there. But she just seems so cold to me. And I know I'm probably come across cold to my kids most of their life, but I'd never felt it inside. But I don't know. Maybe she's the same way. She's always felt like Donald could get her out of anything. But here comes justice right on her ass. So if this is true, because we may never find out about it. She may make a deal and this may all be pushed down, and I don't know how they'll work it out, but we may never find out. But personally, I've changed my mind from looking at these cards. But justice is coming down on her one way or the other. So I love this outcome. So that's all I can say. And I got to get going, or I'm going to have to make 2 videos because I got so much stuff to read on, I can't believe it. So that's Melania. She's hiding something. And I wouldn't be surprised at none of it, so. Let me stick these back in here so next time I pull them out, the same cards don't come out. And I don't separate them before I put them back in the deck. No matter how hard I shuffle, I'll get caught into those same cards. And sometimes, no matter how hard I shuffle, I do, depending on what's going on in the others. Because they're supposed to come up. But anyway. I'm going to just stick them all on the bottom because I might grab this before I'm through. So what else have I got here? I got a bunch of stuff written down here. So, I didn't want to read on this Major T. I'll just say Trump. But I am going to read on Marjorie Taylor Greene because I really feel like what's behind all this bullshit and all this kiss all these prisoners' asses is half of these people in the House are afraid they're going to be in jail. So I'm just going to, I may only draw 4 cards, but I want to see, is that what's behind it? Can we come up with a yes or no? What's behind this? Going 2 different ways. I hate it when that happens. I don't know how I did that. But I did. Maybe not too bad. I'm so graceful. I can't believe it. Cannot believe how graceful I am. So I'll probably not be able to believe, probably won't be able to see this video. It's going to be so dark, but if it is, it is. It is what it is. I feel like I'm sitting here in the dark. But on the screen, it looks good. I usually have the screen turned backwards so I can't tell how bright it is or whatever. Anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest of them. No sense in reading on each one. That Jim Jordan, God, what an asshole. Anyway, are the reason you guys are all pushing that all these traitors are heroes is because you're afraid you're going to end up in jail too? It ain't going to change you ending up in jail before it's all over. It's not going to get them to quit prosecuting, and you're not going to build this army to come up against our government. They're not going to go for it. Even though they're giving you all kinds of time to do it, I can't believe it took this long to get any kind of justice even ready to go. But It is what it is, isn't it, people? So Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest, are they worried about going to jail? Justice is right on top of them. They know they could be going to jail. They're not just worried about it. They know this is the yes card. The challenge is they're trying to remake their image, that they're the ones that's loyal to the United States and whatever. We know, just bullshit. That's the challenge, is trying to make themselves look good. And look at this. This is the outcome. Couldn't put it any better. I said they were going to jail. Look at that. Look at that. Love this card to come up there. So here's justice. Here's them trying to figure out how to get out of this by painting themselves as patriots. And here's no, it ain't going to work. So that ain't going to work. So let me mark that off here. Oh, I already marked that off. So which one didn't I mark off? Melania? That was on the other one, I think. Because I know me, in 5 minutes I'll forget I read on these people. Especially when I'm reading cards. Okay, let's go into broken record Mike Pence. Here we go. Broken record Mike Pence. His is the same problem as Marjorie Taylor Greene and them have. I know it is. Should have included him in there with him, but let's do him separate. The reason he don't want to talk or he don't want to give testimony is he's in this right up to his eyeballs. So I'm just going to draw 4 cards on him like I just did then and see if they come out as good or as bad, or whether I'm barking up the wrong tree or what. So this is on Mike Pence. Mike Pence. Finally getting this deck broken. It looks like hell, but it's finally getting where to shuffle for me. I just don't have the strength in my hands I used to. Mike Pence. You little squirrel, what are you up to now? What could he possibly think in his mind that he would be afraid of? They've already tried to hang him, and there ain't no way he's going to get into the presidency. I could get into the presidency before he could get into it. That's how much, there's no way. So that can't be if he's crazier than a rat with the runs or whatever, if he thinks that he's going to has a chance at all of being the president. Let's see which way these out. Part of these cards are upside down. I got some turned and they'll probably come out, but that might be for the good. Who knows? So Mike Pence, you don't want to testify because you're afraid too. You're afraid if you go in there and have to tell the truth that you're going to end up in jail. Before it's all over, you're going to be wanting them to give you some kind of deal to protect you before you talk. That's what I feel personally what's going on. Let's see what the cards say. And YouTube, this is for entertainment only. So let's see. Mike Pence, what's going on with you? Upside down justice. I said I had some of those cards upside down. Let me turn them over as we go. The challenge is he's trying to rush in there and stop this where he doesn't have to talk to anybody. He was acting for the House, not as vice president. That's him running in there trying to block it. That's the challenge. And I got the Ten of Swords for the last one. So we got Justice and the Ten of Swords. It's going the other way too, but I got half of these cards the other way. And either these swords are falling out of his back, which is going to make him bleed to death, or either they're going into his back. Because Jack Smith has got his number. The ones working for the Biden administration, they've got his number. They know why he's stalling this, and they know he's worried about going to jail too. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The past, he thought he could hold this back. Any kind of justice, he knew that it wouldn't be just if he didn't talk. He's been rushing in trying to block it. But either he's bleeding to death from these falling out of his back or dead from them going in his back. It's not going to get blocked. Because Jack Smith, this is the Biden administration, so this is the DOJ. They're right on him. And it looks like he knows that he would be in jail too. If the truth was told that they were trying to take over the government, he could go to jail. Wouldn't be just Trump. And when push comes to shove, that's what he's afraid of. I'm not surprised at those cards at all. I hope these are all going the right direction because I don't know. We'll just have to try putting them back together as I go. I'm not going to take a break and turn them all back. So, we don't have to read on Jim Jordan because we already know he's right. We did on him and Marjorie Taylor Greene together. We've already read on Melania Trump. I'm going to take a little break. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see if Lindsey Graham's going to get indicted before this is all over. He'll probably scoot his way out of it. I never realized how smooth he was until I watched him on that Daily Show with, what's his name? He's a smooth-talking little asshole, isn't he? He was doing fundraisers with Fox News at the Senate, which is totally against the Emoluments Clause. And in the chambers, he was soliciting money for, of all people, Herschel Walker, in his chambers at the Senate, which is against the Emoluments Clause. He got, what do they call it? Some kind of reprimand from the Senate even for doing it. But all he did was apologize. But let's go past that. He is so smooth. Indictments. Is he going to get caught up in this? I feel like my guides are telling me no. Let's see what the cards say. I feel like he's going to snake his way out of here just barely. Because he got that deal. I can't see what could possibly keep him from going to jail or getting some kind of time in Georgia when that case goes through. I had a horrible feeling the other night that some of the people behind this fascist movement might set off a dirty bomb here in the United States and blame it on somebody else. That's a horrible thing to have come into my mind. but I had trouble sleeping all night because it kept coming back. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I feel like I was picking it up. Somebody was thinking about something like that. Let's all make sure we send prayers out against anything like that. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I wouldn't put it past them. They have got, there's methods to all their madnesses, and they're definitely mad. So it's really scary. That makes it even more scary. As long as things were going pretty good, they weren't willing to try a lot of the stuff, and they'll try anything now just to stay out of jail. So Lindsey Graham, I wasn't talking about Lindsey Graham doing this, or even being in on anything like this, but I'm just talking about the MAGA people. Of course, he is one of the MAGA people, but he's not in there stirring the shit. He's just acting like a total effing idiot going along with it. He knows better. It's not like he don't know better. Some of these people don't know better. So Lindsey Graham, I'm just going to pull 4 cards on you like I did the rest of them. I got so much stuff written down here. I'll be here for 3 hours if I do full deals. Let's just do. Well, he's always been sitting pretty and in the money in the past. And the present, he thinks he can sweet talk his way out of this because he's got friends in high places. The challenge is this might hurt a little bit of his fundraising because he's going to have the people that work for him are going to be checking how he's raising his funds closer than they were before. So it's going to cut back on his funds. But he might make them a deal. I feel like when push comes to shove that he'll make them a deal that he'll just leave Congress. I think he pulls in every marker he's got for somebody doing a good deed for him, and he just ends up leaving Congress instead of going to jail. So that could be what's going to happen to him. That could be why nobody sees him in jail. So that's old Lindsey. Who else have we got here? Roger Stone and Michael Flynn. We can't do both of those together. We're going to have to do them separate. Although they belong in the same basket, that's for sure. But let's do Roger Stone first. So is Roger Stone going to get in big trouble over this? Roger Stone. Feel like I need a flame here to do these over. I used to do stuff like that, but I never thought about doing it for my YouTube channel, and I wouldn't copy that beautiful blonde lady that does that. I know her name. I'm not trying to be a smart ass by not thinking of her name right now. I watch her, not all the time, but every once in a while. The one from Canada. She is so beautiful. But anyway, yeah. I can't believe I can't remember her name. She was the one that kind of got me thinking I wanted to do this. But anyway, I know her name, so do you. So you don't have to tell me. What was I going for? I was going for, let's go Roger Stone first, yeah. Roger Stone. My white neck's showing. I don't like to put makeup down that low, and it's so gaudy. So, let's see. Roger Stone. What's your future looking like? What's coming up for you? What's coming up for you? Roger Stone. Well, you've always been the thief and the camp and the bully. Look at this. You're still trying to be a bully right now. That's because you spent all your life stealing things and making deals behind the table and causing the Brooks Brothers riot and everything else you caused. That's what ended up getting the last Bush in the presidency. But here's your present. Got people walking away from you, you bully. Some people that used to support you aren't supporting you anymore. And the challenge is if you can take enough high ground. I don't know what high ground you've got to take. You have none to take. So why would you be thinking you could take the high ground? Are you going to turn? Well, his future is not restful. Mental problems, worry, stress. I'm going to have to draw another one. I got the Ace of Swords. And I've been trying to straighten these cards out, and it came up upside down. So this is truth coming out. Let's hope that's what it means. If it's not truth coming out, it would be stuck right in him as he's sitting there in his bed. So maybe it's ill health. It could be ill health. If it's not justice coming right down on him, it's ill health. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to draw one more. And even before I drew this, it's another money card. It's the Nine of Pentacles. But he was worrying something about, maybe it's the cost of lawyers or something, but I already felt the worry when I seen this card. And then I seen justice coming down on him, and I think he's kind of worried about money. He shouldn't be worried about money. I mean, at his age, he's as old as I am. Maybe he could just sell some of his properties or bonds or whatever in the hell he stole from people and take care of it. But there's some kind of money worry there. And he's even been thinking about going overseas. Look at this. He has been wondering where to run to. And he must be in big trouble. He still thinks he might get his way out of this. But look at this. He's not. Look at the main arcana coming out there. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I wanted some answers, and I got definitely got them. Him thinking about the money, thinking about running. The money, thinking about running. Thinking maybe he could get out of this by leaving the country, but here's justice right on his ass. So I definitely think Roger Stone's going to end up in jail too. They put enough of these liars, I'll be nice, in jail, and they really have to do some jail time, and it costs them some money or something. It could knock this movement that I'm so worried about. It could just disable it so bad that it doesn't get started and starts dying back down, and all the rats crawl back in their hole. Because that's what happens. These people didn't just jump up from the last 2 or 3 years. They've been there all this time. Their evil way of thinking and their racism's been there. But they felt like they had to hide it to stay in decent society. And here comes Trump along without a decent bone in his whole flipping body, and brings out the worst and all. And 30% of the people that vote in the United States, it's just, it's unreal almost. I would have bet 100. I'm always thinking people are all good, and I'm lucky, really, that I haven't had more violence in my life because I've always been so trustworthy of everybody. I was going to read about Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her child labor laws, but I'm not going to have time to go with that. And Democrats need to fight the school districts on this fascism stuff. I don't Let's hope that something comes through and all that crap changes too. It's going to take a while because they've already pushed it so far. They've got it. They've got some of it locked in there. It's going to take probably 3 or 4 years to unlock it. And by then, you're going to have so many prejudiced kids growing up. I don't know. My friend Mark Rhodes wanted me to. I called him right before I did this reading to see if there was anything that he wanted, and I've got something on here. China. This wasn't from him, but I'm going to come back and read on that after this. But he wanted me to read on Jack Smith. I think I'll end with Jack Smith. This is China sponsoring CPAC? Because that's the new word out that came from somebody has did some background on it. I'm not saying that I know this for be fact, but the Federal Society, the same one that Charlie Kirk and all of them do, like I think I already talked about the gay people in that him and the Federal Society and the what they call the family is behind all this stuff in Uganda. They started it 20 years ago, and they're probably turning cartwheels now that they're going to actually kill gay people. But anyway, that all started from Charlie Kirk and the family and all that whole bunch of the Federal Society. Federal Society, that was the name I was trying to think of. So let's just go to we got Bragg, and then we got Jack Smith for treason, and Fannie Willis here. I'm curious if when Smith comes after him, are they going to go all the way for the big T or not? A lot of people that know a hell of a lot more than I do about politics and what people can do and what they can't do keep saying that they're just going to get them for the insurrection. But is it going to be worse than the insurrection? Could it be for the big T? And this is for entertainment only. So, when Jack Smith comes after him, what's the charges going to be? Is it going to be all the way up to treason for the country or just slap on the hands? Let's see. This is the pass card. I think this answers it right there. That everything he's done since he got in the office had something to do with treason. Look at that. Right now, they don't know how far to go or how deep to go. They're thinking about it while they're doing all this. There's other people trying to make decisions on how far they're going to go. The challenge, they feel like if they could just knock this movement down to nothing and try to keep as many people that's going to be unhappy, happy enough not to cause total chaos. But that's not, but I hope they don't go in there trying to please the bullies, because this is the challenge, is the bullies. But if they try to please them, then they're never going to get anywhere anyway. It has to be exactly like they do to the poorest black family in the United States. They have to come down on those guys. If they don't come down on Trump like that and let them all skate because of this or that, then this is going to do nothing but cause trouble. But this is the challenge, to figure out how far to go with this bully. That's what I was just asking. Here's his connections with Russia and other people overseas. Here's the present. They're trying to keep it as level as they can. That's why there's very little leaks. I did hear a little bit about a leak today. I'll have to watch that later. But this is some leaks. They're trying to keep this all under wraps right now. That's the present. The challenge is how far to go. If there's some other way they could do it. And we got the King of Swords here in the future, which is justice coming through. But how far is it coming? Oh, this is feminine strength. It could be some real even justice. It's really thought out and using every bit of ingenuity somebody has. Here's the manna from heaven. The Ace of Pentacles. This is a yes card. And another yes card. I would say when Mr. Smith goes to Washington, that he will end this, at least as far as the Trump movement. He ain't going to move in the bigotry and the energy behind this. Like I said, they're all going to crawl back under their rocks. But at least maybe they won't be beating people up that aren't from Ireland. When I say that, because I've always been so wide done from when I had my genealogy done, I was like 38% Irish. But anyway, it's definitely they're going to take care of it. And I drew one more, which is good. And what they take care of is going to really help the Democrats. So look at this. I asked if what Jack Smith is going to go all the way for the big T. It's got that he knows he could. It would be there if he wanted to. That's in the past. He's known that for a while. Right now they've got it on hold. And as far as how far they're going to go with this or how much they're going to bring out. The challenge is they need to get rid of this movement. So that's still probably why it's on the burner. But here's justice. He is definitely coming down on him. And here's feminine strength, which to me means that it would be very good social justice, good for everybody. And it's going to be strong. They've got strong, strong, strong evidence. And this is the yes card. So it's kind of saying yes, that it might be for the big T. And because it's something worldwide. It's not just here. It's something bringing out his connections. I think this is to do with all the secrets sold all over the world. I think it's definitely to do with the secrets. This is the secrets. And the Biden administration knows it. They know it. And they come out on top. So I had more things to go on, and maybe I'll come back and do another one tomorrow since I didn't hit on all of them. If they're still even valid tomorrow, you know how quick the news goes. But I just hope that you enjoyed this, and my God, it's been an hour and 10 minutes already. I'm going to have to cut some of this out. And then I was going to put a little intro on there saying this is for fun and entertainment only, even before I start again and again, because if I don't end up taking some words out, I don't know if I'll even get this up on the internet, because I really started out, I was in an angry mood. But anyway, and if I hurt anybody's feelings, oh well, I don't want to hear about it. So anyway, don't forget, if you want a reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com, and I've got all kinds of openings, and I've got my email cleaned out, so I'll see your emails if you send them. And I want you all to be safe and pay attention to what's going on around you. And if there's any way you can help get rid of this scourge, do what you can. I love y'all, and I want to thank you for watching, and namaste to all of you. Bye-bye now.